Hello and welcome to the official press conference for our huge double-header to end the year, brought to you by No Limit Boxing Promotions. My name is Ben Damon, really looking forward to calling the action across two big nights. Tuesday night, of course, live here at the Star and on Fox Sports, a card that is headlined by Andrew Maloney against Froylan Saluda. Then on Wednesday night, we have the fighters who have joined us here on the stage today. A massive card of boxing and entertainment, which is headlined, of course, by the clash between Paul Gallen and Darcy Lussick. We're going to talk to plenty of the fighters involved in Wednesday night's action pretty shortly. A little bit later on, we'll be weighing in all the fighters for Tuesday night's fights, and what a way it is to finish a massive year of boxing here in Australia and around the world with this huge 2 nights of entertaining boxing action to take us into the Christmas break. Of course, this is all brought to you by No Limit Boxing Promotions, and joining me is the CEO, George Rose. And George, you have a pretty special announcement as well for us today, and one that I think plenty of these fighters sitting up on the stage are going to be excited about.
Yeah, look, it's a really exciting card that I'm really looking forward to. You know, we've got Paul Gallen, who is without a doubt the main event superstar of Australia. He's got there based off the back of his footy career. People love to watch Paul Gallen fight. People love to watch him, whether it's because they love him as an athlete or because they want to see him get knocked the hell out. People tune in to watch him. And for me personally, I love to see knockouts too. I love to see big fights, big boys going at it. We've got a whole lot of big boys on this card, a whole lot of size. So what I want to do is I want to encourage everybody to get excited to be on this card. I don't want to see who can win on points on this card. I want to see who can get the knockout. So on Wednesday night, I'm going to be putting up $20,000 to the winner of the knockout of the night. I want to encourage you boys to really go out there and really go for it. The cash is there. It's ready to go for whoever wants it. Just get out there and swing, boys. I honestly, hey, Joey, here it is here. Have a look over your shoulder. This is where it's at. I want to see the boys swing. I'm here to be entertained. This is Christmas. This is about giving. This is about getting excited. And I'm real excited about this card. I'm pumped to see these big boys on here. And I want to see someone knock someone out. And whoever gets the best one of the night, they're getting the cash.
I think Gal wants to hang on to that for you just until after the fights.
I'm very uncomfortable flashing cash around Gal. You know, he's been blowing up about a lot of the things that he's had to pay for during the week. So I'll keep this cash close to me, but keep an eye on me, please, Ben.
Who do you think's going to get that $20,000? There's a lot of opportunities here, a lot of big boys, and plenty of them are going out there to try and blast each other out. Who's your tip?
Look, I honestly don't know. That's why I love this card. We match these guys because I think that they can come out there and be exciting. That's what I just don't know. And I really want you guys to get out there and really push the limits and go for it. See who can get the best knockout on the night. I love the matchup between Joey and Hino. The chat's been massive there. They've got plenty to say. Ross Dogg's, you know, he's a winger, but, you know, maybe wingers can fight. Maybe wingers can fight, and we're going to find out. And I'm really excited about the matchup with him and Hodjo. Hodjo's looking for some redemption back in the ring, so I know he's not going to be sparing anything in the ring. And Darcy's, you know, one of the biggest humans I've known and one of the loosest humans I've ever known. So that matchup is really good too. And for me, you know, like I said, Gal's at the top of the tree. For him to be able to have a fair fight with someone, you've got to push the rules a little bit to be a little bit more in you know, the other person's favour. And 3 2-minute rounds falls more into Darcy Lussick's favour. But that's what we want to see. I don't want to see Gal come out there and win an easy fight. I want to see him work for it.
Geez, George, it must have been a good year for No Limit. You're throwing a bit of cash around, $20,000 for the knockout, and members of the public have had an opportunity to pick this card as well. You were flying.
Look, you know, it's all about, if people tune in to watch it, you know, that's where the money comes from. So if the boys put on a show, and that's what I expect. I expect them to put on a great show. I know that the mashups that we put together, it's going to be fireworks. You know, Freddie Lussick and Taylor May, a couple of young guns that are going to come out there swinging. Another great fight that I'm really excited about. And to top it off, we've got some of the best boxers in Australia on the card as well.
And a really exciting debut as well. He's sitting just over to your right, Harry Garside, making his professional boxing debut after his heroics at the Olympic Games. That is incredibly exciting. What are you expecting from him? Do you reckon he tries to throw himself into the mix for the 20 grand, or he just wants to get the win?
Look, I think Harry's shown himself to be an ultimate professional. He's on his professional debut, but as an amateur, you know, he's really been a very disciplined athlete, and I think what he's going to come out is he's going to come out and show what he's going to bring to the professional ranks. And very tough fight for Harry, very tough fight. Not many people would take that fight on debut, but Harry's at a level where I think that he can be a great Australian professional boxer going forward. And, you know, again, we've got Sam Goodman here, who I absolutely love Sam Goodman. And for those who don't know Sam Goodman, on Wednesday night, you're going to find out what he's about.
Geez, you've put him in hard too, Sam Goodman. He's fighting against a 3-time former world title challenger in Richie Mepranum. That is an incredibly tough fight for a man having his 10th professional fight.
But he's been impressive. For all 9 of his previous fights, he's very impressive. And I think the thing is that not a lot of people have had the chance to see what he's got to offer. But like I said, Wednesday night, you will know Sam Goodman's name because he's taken on a very tough fight and he's going to put in a great performance.
And tell me about this man down at the front here, Godly Strong. How have you come across him and what are you expecting from him in the ring come Wednesday night? Do you think he puts himself in with a chance of winning that cash?
Man, I follow this dude on Instagram and he's absolutely massive. I've seen him squat, bench press 300 kilos and crazy stuff like that. Not to mention his fights that he's had. I watched some footage of a fight that he had. He nearly knocked this bloke's head off. Like, you watch the footage. I thought his head was coming off. So, I mean, with a guy like that, he's definitely going to throw his hat in the ring for knockout of the night. And there's a lot of competition for it. So, boys, you better come out swinging.
Okay, any final words from you, George, before we move on to this panel?
No, look, I'm just really excited about this card between the big boys looking for the knockouts and Australia's future stars in boxing. I can't wait. Make sure you tune in.
Okay, thank you so much, George Rose. I'm going to move down now to Alex Simon, also known as Godly Strong. Welcome, mate. Just tell us a little bit about your experience in combat sports and what's brought you here to this big fight on Wednesday night.
So my experience in combat sports, I've had 6 fights, mixed martial arts and kickboxing, 5 wins, 1 loss. My longest fight's been 30 seconds. So it's no secret what I do, you know. I come to fucking bang. I'm exciting. Win or lose, everyone's going to be on the edge of their seats. And yeah, I spoke to George. I was meant to have a cage fight a few weeks ago that got cancelled. Then he said, "You keen?" I said, "Fuck yeah, I'm keen." So yeah, and I'm even more keen now that 20K's up for grabs. So hopefully it's mine.
We are live on TV, so we'll just watch the language. But yeah, that $20,000 must be hugely enticing for someone like yourself who, well, that's what you do.
Yeah, you know, just before Christmas, 3 little kids. It'll be handy. So see how we go.
And what are you expecting from your opponent, and what do you think happens in your fight? Are you expecting more than 30 seconds, or we're staying inside that?
Look, I'm not too concerned with the time anymore. I've tried to mature as a fighter, but I'm definitely expecting a brutal knockout with my hand being raised.
Okay, thanks so much. That is Alex Simon, Godly Strong. You'll see him in action in one of our bouts on the pay-per-view card, live on Main Event on Wednesday night. Now we move along to the Ross Dog, Nathan Ross. G'day, how are you going today? You seem very pumped up at yesterday's open workout. You're really enjoying this, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm loving it. And, you know, asking you shall receive. I asked Georgie to throw some money on the line for the boys, and it's come out today. So, lads, you can thank me later. Yeah, unlike the big fella over there, I'm hoping to last a little longer than 30 seconds. What we've done here is we've put ourselves in a situation against, you know, a more experienced boxer, heavier person, more distance, just to show that it doesn't really matter. We're going to go out there, we're going to work him. I know Georgie wants a knockout and for someone to be knocked unconscious, but from what I want Hodjo to make a conscious decision in between rounds to not want to be in there with me anymore. I want him to look across the ring and go, nah, I don't want to go. I don't want to be in there with Ross Dog, and just say to his coaches, I'm done. That's me. My boxing's done.
What's the reason for that? You just don't like Justin Hodges, or just because you're in a fight and that's how you think it needs to end?
It's just we're competing over something here. It's not that I don't like him. I respect everything that he's done in footy. If you think about it, he's achieved everything in rugby league that all players want to achieve. He's played State of Origin, he's played for Australia, he's won grand finals, he's done all these great things. But I'm not normally a very violent person, but when you've got to compete and you've got to compete for something, I'm always going to come out the victor. So that's what's going to happen on the night.
He's had 3 professional fights. You haven't had any, but you would have seen all of his. Fair to say you weren't too impressed?
Nah, see, that's where we've had the benefit. Like, we've got some footage on Hodjo, and we've been able to watch what he's been able to do. So I'm coming in as a little bit of an unknown for him.
There's not much to watch, though.
Hey?
There's not much to watch.
Well, that's it. So he's had all of his fights do finish by, you know, KO. He's won 2 by KO, which means he's got power, and he's lost by KO. But, you know, when you've got that big right hand, it's like having only so many arrows in your arrow kit. Every time you let one go, you're going to have one less. So if his only shot's the right hand, we're going to dodge, we're going to move, we're going to be out of the way, and we're going to grind him out of it.
Hodjo, you've got to respond, mate. He's going to make you quit between rounds, apparently. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, it's not going to happen, but I never quit anything in my life. You know, you talk about rugby league, but that's a different sport. You know, like I said, most of my fights have been round one. Obviously, Darcy got me last time, so I'm looking for redemption. And I think the Ross Dog's talking about going to round 4. It won't go to round 4.
We're going deep. We're going deep.
Well, we train for whatever it's going to take, but like you said, I've got more than a right hand, and at some stage I'm going to catch him and knock him out.
I'm too fast. You won't catch me, brother.
Too fast. I've seen you play football.
I'll outrun you.
Slow.
Don't you worry.
He's slow.
You'll be the one running in
it
the ring.
doesn't matter, Benny, what he says.
You'll be the runner.
He wants to go to round
running the ring,
4.
boy.
He's going to go to round 1 and he's going to be asleep. Santa has to wake him up.
How hard have you been working for this, Justin, in preparation for this fight?
Oh, look, since Matty rang me. I was supposed to have another fight with Benny Hanna, but that fell through, and obviously Matty rang me up. And look, I've been training hard. It's probably the hardest I've trained. It's probably the lightest I've ever been, you know, since I retired from rugby league. So, like I said, I've come to win. I've come to knock him out and go back and enjoy Christmas with my family, and that's what I'm here for. I'm here for business. I think the last couple of times I've fought on this card, I've probably showed too much respect for my opponents, and you know, I never did that when I played rugby league. I always wanted to hurt them. So I'm going back to that mentality, and if I can hurt him in round 1, I'm going to knock him out in round 1 or round 2, doesn't matter which round, but at some stage he's going to get hit.
What happens when he goes past round 1?
Oh, that's round 2, mate.
Your gas tank's not going to get there. You're not going to be able to
Like
go
I
with me.
said,
You're not going to be able to go with me.
I'm the fittest I've ever been, bro. You can go 10 rounds if you want, but it won't go that long. You'll get knocked out early. I'll wake you up. Then we'll have a beer.
All right, we look forward to that beer. Thanks so much. Justin Hodges, Nathan Ross, looking forward to that fight. And the man who's sitting in between them is Sam Goodman. We mentioned him before with George Rose. He takes on a 3-time former world title challenger in Richie Meprenum. And Sam, you're just sitting in the middle of all the activity there, mate. How's it going?
Yeah, mate, I've got to get it out the way of the two big boys. I might get hurt. But, nah, look, I'm keen as. Good opponent. Fight for a WBO regional title. Mate, I'm keen as. I'm ready to go. It's been the best camp. I know it's a cliche, but best camp I've ever had. And, mate, I'm firing. I'm ready to go. I'm doing 10 rounds with multiple different sparring partners and doing it easy. They're all knocking up before me. I'm ready to take Richie out. So I'll be throwing my hat in the mix for the 20K as well. Forget about the big boys.
All of us, obviously, in Australian boxing know exactly who you are, but there'll be plenty tuning into this card from a mainstream audience. A great opportunity for you to win some new fans, don't you think?
Absolutely. It's a great platform, and thanks to all the footy boys for, you know, giving us the platform to do it. You know, I'm pretty appreciative of being on this card, and yeah, mate, I'm stoked to just get the platform to be able to perform and put on a show for everyone and show what I'm about.
Okay, really excited to see Sam Goodman in action in his 10th professional fight, and you'll see that, of course, as part of the pay-per-view broadcast on Wednesday night. Now we'll move to two more of the NRL stars down at the front table. Chris Hyington and Joey Leilua are going to fight. We'll start with Chris, and things seem to have warmed up in the promotion of this fight. You two had a few things to say to each other yesterday. How are you feeling about Joey at the moment?
Yeah, he come out with a few comments there that he's going to crack my chin open, but, you know, it is boxing, and I did mention that, you know, it was really nice to me face to face, but probably what I needed, you know, I need to hate this guy going into the fight, and I'll do that, come the fight night, so I'm ready to go. I've done all my training, and, you know, I'll action my performance on the night.
What do you think his tactics are? Does he just try and come out there and blast you out in the first round?
He'll be going after that 20 grand. So, yeah, he'll be trying to get rid of me early.
And what about you? What do you try and do?
20. Like I said, I'm going to just look into it, you know, go, you know, I've never seen much footage of him, so, you know, I'm going to get in there round 1 and work him out and go to town on him.
You saw him yesterday at that open workout, at least throwing some of those overhand rights. He seems to have a fair bit of power. What do you do about that? Get out of the way, but, you know, he's probably got 5 or 6 of them in him, and then bye-bye. Joey, your response? It's bye-bye, apparently.
I hope so, but I'm pretty sure he's the one that wanted to change the rounds because it was meant to be 3 2s and then he changed it to 4. I told my coach, you can make it 8, I don't give a shit. That's a lie. I signed the contract 3 months ago. It was 4 2-minute rounds. And then why did it say? And then a week ago, you tried to change it to 3. I didn't
Seriously.
change it. I didn't say anything.
I think we probably can change it
Georgie
to 8
Rose
if you'd
up
like.
there?
Well, I don't
Georgie?
care because it'll be done in 2. I'd be lucky to go for past 1 if you're lucky enough. So I don't really care.
Yeah, we'll see.
That's what you think, man. To be honest, I don't give a shit about him. Like, I'm going out there to break him, and if he doesn't break, fuck, he's a good fighter. If he does, you'll see. He'll be lying on the ground crying for his mummy. So I don't care.
Joey, do you think that you need to stop him in this fight? Is that how it has to go for you?
I told you know, there's a text. I told him. I said, "What do you want me to do? Do you want me to knock him out quickly, the first round, or do you want me to toy him with him for the whole 3 rounds?" And then they said 4. I said, "I don't care. Make it 8. I don't give a shit because I can toy with him." Like that's how confident I am going into the fight. I don't really care. And people can say, "Oh, he's unfit," and that. But you'll see on Wednesday what I'm going to do to him. And then when I break his nose, break his fucking chin, I don't care. You'll see it.
Reckon you win that 20 grand?
Oh, that's just a bonus. I'm going in there just to break him and hurt him. So that's what I'm going to do. Yeah.
Any final words, Chris, from you?
Yeah, it's cheap. It's words. Let's see if this guy can action it on Wednesday night.
Yeah.
Talk the talk. See if he can walk the walk come Wednesday.
You were just on the bench the whole time for your whole career. So I don't know what you're on about.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
You should have been on the bench.
Yeah. Yeah, the last year, you're right. But I'll tell you what, fuck, my best years, fuck, you did nothing. Yeah? I don't think you've won anything. Oh,
Just 2 grand finals, no
just 2
biggie.
grand finals, yeah. But you know, it's funny. Everyone knows you by just saying fuck after your interview. That's why everyone remembers you. You did nothing on that field. If it wasn't for Benji, he wouldn't win the grand final. So what are you talking about? You know? I had respect for you, and then I thought, fuck, when you said that about me, and all these people saying about you, like, oh, he should break you. I was like, this kid, I don't give a shit about him. Now I'm going to fucking break you inside there. And I'll tell you what, man, if you want to do 4, I will toy with you for 4 rounds, and then at the end, you'll be lying there by yourself. And me and my mates would just piss on you if I had to.
Yeah, we'll
Just
see
like in
about
the
that. We'll
past.
see. It's talk. Bring
All
it.
right.
Let's bring it Wednesday
Great
night.
stuff. Looking forward to that fight between Joey Aloiai and Chris Hyington. Thank you very much, gentlemen. We'll head up to the top table now, and one of the Lussick brothers who's fighting on this card is over here. It's Freddie Lussick from the Roosters, fighting against Taylor May. Bit of a Western Sydney, eastern suburbs feel to this event. Have you felt the support of the rugby league community heading into the fight?
Yeah, I have. Definitely. Whole team's behind me. So, yeah, I'm ready to go.
And big week for the family. How have you all been expressing your feelings about what's going on through the course of this week in recent times? I guess you're all lifting each other up. Is that the plan?
Yeah, definitely. We're all in high spirits at home. We're a tight group. So, yeah, we're ready to get in the ring come Wednesday.
How's Darcy travelling, do you think?
No, he's real good. He's raring to go. So, yeah, looking forward to seeing him go.
And what happens in your fight, mate?
I'm going out there and I'm going to put on a solid performance. There to box like a boxer. I'm not there to dance around and brawl like a footy player. So I'm going out there to put on a good solid performance and get the win.
Okay, we look forward to seeing him in action, and we also look forward to seeing this gentleman down the end of the table, the history-making Australian boxer who won a bronze medal at the recent Olympic Games and is now turning professional. Harry, big fight feel for your first bout. How are you feeling about your professional boxing debut?
No, I'm feeling good. It's every fighter dreams of waking up on fight week. You know, I jumped out of bed this morning. I feel like I'm a bull at a gate at the moment. I'm just waiting for that gate to open, and you know, it's fight week. You know, weight's good. I'm feeling good mentally, physically, emotionally. Everything's in place, and come Wednesday night, you know, it's a journey to the top. You know, it starts on Wednesday.
Big pressure on you in this fight. It's live on Main Event. Everyone will be watching. There's a lot of expectation. What do you do to deal with all of that?
To be honest, man, I'm the type of person, I love pressure. I think, you mean, my amateur career sort of explains that. The Commonwealth Games, I rose to it, got the gold medal, and the Olympics, of course, I wanted that gold medal, but I still rose to the occasion and took it to that Cuban. I know he punched the shit out of me, but I tried my best, mate. And, you know, I think the bigger the occasion, the more I rise to it, the more I tighten up the screws in my training and all the things I do outside of the gym as well. You mean, I have to make sure I'm tightening up the screws, doing all the 1%ers. It's a full-time job. I mean, this is all I know. This is all I've ever known. I've started boxing when I was 9, and my professional debut, you know, I'm so excited and I'm pumped and I love the pressure. You know, it makes me train harder.
couldn't avoid you in the papers and the media across the course of the weekends and in the lead up to this fight. Are you surprised by the level of support and coverage you're getting?
Oh, it's been fantastic, mate. I've absolutely loved it. I don't know if anyone saw the cartoon, but geez, he made my ears look horrendous. But besides that, mate, everything's going well. It's really good to get the support. Boxing's one of those sports. I know it's been a great year for boxing in Australia, but boxing, it's been one of those sports in the last few years that hasn't got much hype. So to get a bit of support based on what the NRL boys are doing and No Limit are doing for boxing in this country is amazing. Of course, people like Cambosis, Huni, Tim Zhu, it's a really exciting time for Australian boxing.
Tough opponent first up, 9-1 as a professional is Sasha Medallier. What do you know about him and what are you expecting from him?
To be honest, I haven't seen too much footage, mate, so I think my amateur career has set me up for that. We don't know who we're fighting until the day before or the day of the tournament, so I'm just excited to get in there, mate. I'll adapt really quickly. I don't want it to go 6 rounds. I want that 20K. Amateur sports, mate, I was broke for about 15 years of my life, so we need that money. But I'm excited, mate. I want to see my family. I won't see them before the fight, but they're flying up, so I want to get in there and get out as soon as possible and see my mum and dad.
I'd be fascinated by what you would spend the 20K on if you won it.
I'm not too sure either, mate. Probably go straight to the casino and lose it all.
Possibly a haircut. You've had the you've had the nails done this week. Do you have anything else planned for us ahead of this fight, or anything else that we can expect for Wednesday night?
I'm still thinking about it, mate. I'm the type of guy, I just sort of do things. I'm very impulsive, and I'm sure there'll be some strange things that I'll do this week, that's for sure. Okay,
can't wait to see Harry Garside make his professional boxing debut. You'll see that on Wednesday night, of course, on main event, prominently placed on this card that is headlined by Paul Gallen against Darcy Lussick, and they're the two we have left to talk to. Darcy is just over here on my left. How are you feeling, Darcy? It's only a couple of sleeps now before you fight against Paul Gallen.
Yeah, I'm feeling good. Over the last couple of weeks, I've done absolutely everything I can to be ready for Wednesday night. Obviously, a big challenge ahead. Paul's, experienced, great boxer. So, I've put myself in a good opportunity, to take this fight, and I've done everything I can to get the win on Wednesday.
He had a lot to say yesterday about how this fight ends and what he's going to do, most notably that he's going to go out there and hurt you in this fight. You have been more quietly spoken as we've got closer. Any reason behind that?
No, not really. At the end of the day, we both have to get in there and fight on Wednesday. So, I'm not really worried about what he says, and I'm sure he's not worried about what I say either. So we'll just get in there on Wednesday, have a crack, and see how we go.
But you don't see this fight going the distance?
No, I don't think so. No, I don't think so. We're both going to get in there and, like I said, have a good crack. And I don't think it's going to go the distance now.
We saw your one professional fight so far, and obviously you ended that in good fashion very early on. Do you, when you visualise this fight, see something similar?
Yeah, of course. That's what everyone wants, I think. And 20,000 looks nice as well. I'll give that straight to my coach down there, Sean Fitzpatrick. He can put into his boxing gym, Southside Boxing there at Sutherland. Does a great job for all the amateurs and all the kids there. Everyone loves him. So they'll be going straight to my coach, Fitzy.
Paul Gallen is over here to my right. Paul, what do you think about Darcy's frame of mind?
I think he's shitting himself. I think he realises now he's in for a fight. And I think he knows, look, it's a good payday for him. I take my hat off to him for jumping in the ring with him, and I thank him for jumping in the ring with me and making this fight possible. And I think the other boys are thankful as well. I mean, this is probably the most exciting card I've been a part of, to be honest. It covers all bases. You've got the fantastic boxers in Goodman and Harry here, so that all the fans can see. You've got Godly Strong, who I can tell you there's a big chance of winning that 20,000. You can punch like nothing else. And obviously the footy boys, it's entertainment. That's what people need, and that's what we need in these times we're in at the moment. People sitting at home watching us on TV. It's going to be a fantastic night to sit down and watch us. So tune in, everyone, and check it out. It's going to be an awesome night. And as I said, probably the most entertaining night I've been involved in. The last 3 or 4 fights I've been involved in have been pure boxing nights, but this is just an entertainment night that people at home are going to love. So tune in. But hearing Darcy talk today, yesterday, the past couple of weeks, yeah, he knows it's coming. He knows he's here for a tough night, and as I said, take my hat off to him. He's going to get a good payday, but he's going to earn that payday.
given it's such an entertaining card, there's pressure on you to perform, being at the very top of it.
It's a lose-lose situation for me. It's a massive pressure on me. All the pressure's on me, and it's a no-win situation. You know, I win, I was expected to win. I lose, and I get ridiculed. So, huge opportunity for Darcy. But Darcy, I'm going to hurt you. I'm here to tell you I'm going to hurt you. The
Come and
sparring
get
I've
me.
had,
Come and get me.
I'll be coming, mate. I'll be coming from the bell. The very start, I'll be coming. You know, look, I've got to be careful of him and slip his punches, but yeah, I'll be getting him. I'll be getting him early.
Come and get me.
What is your response, Darcy? He says that you're scared.
Yeah, I'm not scared. It's just, you know, it is what it is. I'm looking forward to getting a good opportunity. I'm not scared. I'm not. I'm looking forward to it.
I can hear it, mate. I can hear it in your voice.
Okay.
Look, as a guy, you're a good guy. I've got nothing against, nothing personal, but I have to smash you on Wednesday night. Like, I have to smash you and I have to hurt you, and I'm going to.
Okay.
It's going to be a good payday for you, but
it is.
Yeah, it is. And that's all you're here for. See, I love the payday too, mate. I'm here for the payday, so I don't begrudge you for that. But mate, I'm here to win, and I'm going to smash you.
Sure.
You reckon you win that 20 grand, Gal? No, I'm not concerned about the 20. As Joey said, that's a bonus. I'm here to win. I think if I had to put money on, I'd put my money on Godly Strong to win it, to be honest. But I'm going to win this fight. I'm going to win it well. I'm going to just be very, very dominant from the opening bell. Just be dominant from the start, and just show there's levels to boxing. I learnt that the last fight I had. The last 3 or 4 fights I've had have been big fights against big names, and I've won a few of them. And obviously, I took on the best fighter in Australia, Justis Huni, and I learnt there's levels to this game. And he's going to learn that on Wednesday night. He's not going to be able to handle what's coming. The sparring I've had, the preparation I've had, he's in big trouble.
Final words, Darcy Lussick.
I'll see you on Wednesday.
Gal?
I'm going to smash you Wednesday.
Well, we look forward to that main event between Paul Gallen and Darcy Lussick, and this huge undercard as well to repeat 2 huge days of boxing entertainment, Tuesday night on Fox Sports and Wednesday on main event. Cannot wait to bring you all of this action. On behalf of No Limit Boxing Promotions, I am Ben Damon, and I'll see you at the fights.